Hi everybody, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. I'm an American expat living in Malaysia and I like to share my life and travels with you. Well, I think Malaysians are really excited about bakeries. At least that's my impression. They have bakeries everywhere. So today I'm going to take you to a few that are near my house. Sound interesting? Stay tuned. Although, honestly, I'm more interested in savory food than sweet. I do like a good sweet now and again. So I thought I'd take you to some places that I like. There's certainly no shortage of bakeries in Malaysia, and certainly no shortage of bakeries in Kuala Lumpur. Now I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to take you to some upscale bakeries, and I'm going to take you to some more mom and pop type places. We're going to start out with Kenny Hills, which is one of the, I'd say, more famous of the bakery restaurants here. And we're going to go to my local one in Ampang. The problem with Kenny Hills, though, is that it's wildly popular. So you better get there early. That's what I think. I'm actually going to go there for a sandwich and maybe a pastry, but I doubt it actually. But I will give you a tour of the bakery part of the restaurant. One nice thing about Kenny Hills is that they have a parking lot. And if you go at the right time, you'll get a space. But not always. Oh my goodness, this place is super popular. You often have to wait for a table. But it's only 11:15 in the morning now, and from my experience, that's an excellent time to go to get seated right away. We'll see, won't we? Well, Kenny Hills Baker is located right behind the famous Hak Chun supermarket and across the street from Sahara Tent, which is another popular place for shisha. Now, I've only been to maybe 3 or 4 Kenny Hills locations, and they all seem sort of lush with landscaping. It's just beautiful and calming. Well, I got a table right away, but I'm going to check out the bakery section first. Give you a little look at that. Well, I think this location is actually one of their older ones, but they still have everything you could desire. They have a lot of savory things like mushroom tarts, ham and cheese, that sort of thing, quiche. Oh, it's quite a little assortment. They also have your regular pastries like strawberry tarts and things like that. And look, oh my gosh, they have pavlova. I don't think I've had theirs. Tiramisu cake, key lime pie, vanilla bean cheesecake, banoffee, I love that. Oh, they have all kinds. I haven't tried everything. Eclairs, more tarts. Oh, they just look beautiful. Also, one of my favorite things they have here, and I don't know why they're keeping it down here on the bottom, but it's peach strudel. But it's really more like a peach Napoleon, if you ask me. Now let's look at the menu. They have your usual things, but there's my salt beef Reuben toasty. That's what I'm going to get. It's delicious. But they have, Malaysian fare, nasi lemak, things like that, all kinds of breakfast things. It's a pretty extensive menu, and it's all really good. And like I said, the setting is just lush and green. I always like to sit outside. Even though it is a bit warmer, I still like it. And like most Malaysian restaurants now, you can order by QR code, which is great. So she just came back to check my order to make sure I ordered the right thing, or, just to check. So that's nice, but I think you can just order directly from the waiter. But I'll show you my sandwich when it gets here. I think it's a distinctly American thing, really, but it's like corned beef, although they say it's salt beef here. I'm not sure what the difference is. But normally it's corned beef with sauerkraut and Russian dressing and toasted bread. It's delicious. What do you guys think of my new glasses? They're actually reading glasses. And, I've been talking about getting my eyes checked and stuff. But actually, they don't seem that bad. I think it was mostly that my old glasses were so scratched that everything looked hazy to me. And now that I just have these new clear glasses, it looks great. Well, my sandwich has arrived, and it looks just as delicious as usual. I can't wait to bite into that. Well, that was super delicious. I really always enjoy that sandwich. And I managed not to get a dessert. Like I told you, I'm really more into savory than sweet, but I do like a good pastry now and again. I was sorely tempted to get that pavlova. It looked wonderful. Oh my gosh. And 16 ringgit. Not too bad, I don't think. So I did some research on Kenny Hills because I thought it was like really an old company, but apparently it just started in 2014. Their original location in Bukit Tungku, which used to be called Kenny Hills, and I guess that's where they got the name. So they have something like 27 locations now, different brands. They're not all Kenny Hills bakers. But I have some footage here because I've been to the original one many times, and it's in a beautiful lush setting. Again, I usually get the Reuben, but I've had the roast beef sandwich too, and it was delicious. Also, they have really good pizza. So now I am so full, the last place I want to go is another bakery, but I'm going to run by one in Desa Pandan. I want to see what a local bakery is like. Now, of course, this is a local company too, but it's a big chain, and it's very modern and upscale. I want to see what a more local bakery's like. Come with me. It's called Baker's Cottage in Desa Pandan. Now, you might think it's in a cottage, but it's not. It's in a shopping center. But I'm going to just drive over there. It's only about 1.5 kilometers from here. And I'll probably pick up something to have for dinner. Well, not for dinner, for after dinner, maybe my dessert tonight. How does that sound? Well, here I am right in front of Baker's Cottage. It's in the heart of Desa Pandan. But still, you can still see the skyline of KL in the distance. Well, let's come in and see what they have. Okay, let's see what they have here. Oh gosh, everything looks packaged. I'm not sure if I like this place, but the prices look good. I'll say that. Oh, they do have some really good prices on cakes too. That might be an option sometime. But I don't know. This place doesn't look very promising to me. Gosh, I don't like everything in plastic, sort of like Bread History does. Oh well, let's go. I'll have to say I was pretty disappointed in that place. I mean, look, everything was in plastic and, it just didn't look appealing at all. I don't know. I'm sure there's nicer local shops than this. Maybe I'll find one. Well, that was extremely disappointing. I'll scratch that one off my list of places to go. I don't know, maybe the food's good, but it just didn't seem very appealing to me. There's another place that I think is great for cakes, at least that's what I've heard of. So, it's in Ampang Point, and I'll probably take you there tomorrow. So I'm not in the mood right now to go and look at more bakeries. I'm so full, I think I'm just gonna go home and take a nap. Okay, I'm sorry that last bakery was not a hit. Who knows? I mean, it looked sort of charming in their website, so I thought, well, I'll give it a try. I didn't see anything that spoke to me, so I just decided I would skip it. So I went home and took a nap. Gosh, it's so hot today, and I don't know, I feel like taking a little nap about every afternoon, maybe an hour and a half, and then I'm good to go until midnight, which is about my bedtime usually. So I've decided to go somewhere else to have a dessert, and not coffee, because it's a little late in the day for me to have coffee. I find if I have caffeine past, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm up all night. I don't know, that's something that never used to affect me that much, but it does now. Maybe it's part of old age, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to a place called KLCG. It's a place my friend Vanessa told me about, and it's really not that far from Kenny Hill, where I had breakfast or lunch this morning. So anyway, here I am stuck at the toll booth. Something's going on up there with that car not going. I don't know why. Very odd. Okay, there they go. This place my friend Vanessa told me about, and she just thought it was wonderful. So I tried it out, and I've been there a couple times now. It's really good. It's wildly popular, though. So it's on a side street off of Ampang, and you'd never know it was there unless you knew it was there. I mean, no, you would never go down the street for any reason. There's nothing there except a condo. I did happen to drive by it once when I made a wrong turn, and I thought, gosh, what's this place? It's so busy. So anyway, it's wildly popular. And as I said, I did a little research on it, and it started out at the KL Central Gallery. which is down by Merdeka Square. So that's why it's called KLCG. That's what I figured out. Anyway, I think they have several locations, although I couldn't be really sure. I know they'll have future locations coming. I'm pretty sure of that. Anyway, we'll be there soon, and I'll show you the place. It's really cute. Wow, I thought it wasn't going to be busy. I mean, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Who goes out to eat then? I guess people go out for coffee or tea. I don't know. But it looks very busy. But luckily, as you can see behind me, it does have a parking lot, and I was able to get a spot, which is not always the case. Like I said, the only other thing on this street is this condominium. But the place is in an old mid-century modern house. But it's been extensively renovated and added on to. But look at all the people waiting outside. It's insanely popular. But look how beautiful and lush the landscaping is around it. It's really gorgeous. I'll take you inside now. So you have to scan a QR code when you come in to get in the queue. And instead it would be 15 or 20 minutes. I think that's pretty wild at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But I tell you, it's a popular place. And I think it's viral. I think it's gone viral. It's always busy. Now, I have come first thing in the morning, or earlier in the morning, and didn't have to wait. I've been here 3 times now, and I only didn't have to wait 1 time. So, but let me give you a little look around. Well, this is the coffee bar where I'm waiting, but they have a waiting area upstairs too, which is nice. Otherwise, you'd just be standing around outside, I guess. But look how modern and beautiful it is. And busy, I will say that. But now let's look and see what they have on offer. You can go through this cafeteria-style area and pick out what you want and have it brought to your table. Look at these delicious desserts. They're so artistically done, too. My goodness. Now, I've only had a couple of them, so I'm not sure how good they all are, but they sure look good, don't they? Wow, that one's pretty. I want that. But that's not what I'm going to get today. I think I'm going to get bread pudding, which is one of my favorites. So let's go back to the table and wait for that. But you can surely see you could come here again and again and again and still not sample everything that they have. It's an incredible array of beautiful, beautiful desserts. I think the main dining area looks like it was added on, but it's beautiful. Well, my bread pudding has arrived, and I got a citrus drink to go with it. But let me pour on the creme anglaise that goes with it. Oh my gosh, this just makes it so delicious. And they give you a lot of it, too. Now, the portion is huge. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to finish all of it. I promise. Well, that bread pudding was as good as I remembered it. My goodness, it has chocolate in it, and I think it's made from croissants, which they specialize in croissants. In fact, the place was known for making, what are those called? Cronuts, a combination of croissants and donuts. Although I didn't see any here today, but I think that's how they got famous. Anyway, it was delicious, but that's going to be my dinner. Unless I get hungry a little bit later, and then I'm going to have a salad. I'm not going to have anything else fattening today. But tomorrow, I'm going to take you to Levain, which is the first bakery I went to in Kuala Lumpur 4 years ago this week. Now, it's the oldest one we've been to. It opened in 2010, and it's in an old bungalow. But I'll show you that tomorrow. See you then. Okay. Well, today just isn't my morning, I have to say. I went to Levain because there was nothing on their website or their Google page to indicate they were not open, but they were not open. And it was clearly like there was like cement trucks in the front and stuff, so I think they're renovating. Well, I know they are now. So I started to drive away, and then I thought, well, maybe I should call them. So I looked up my phone and I pushed the button, and I was holding my phone to my ear because I'm not used to calling anyone ever. But in the car, the hands-free took over, so I immediately put my phone down. But at the same time, there was a police on a motorcycle right next to my car. And he like looked at me and pulled me over. He pulled me over and telling me I can't use the phone while I'm driving. And I'm like, oh, yes, sir, I know, I'm sorry. But it was hands-free. I mean, it was just to my ear for a second, just as he was driving by. So I sat there, I was all flustered for a few minutes. And oh, the call did go through while the guy was pulling me over, and I asked LeBain if they were open, and they said no, they're closed for renovation for like another month. So, but it's not on their website or anything. I just don't understand that. So then I thought I'll go to this other place, which I'm going to show you later because I am going to go back. And I got in this really hard place to park, and I thought, oh good, I got a parking place. And I walked up there, and they weren't open yet. I guess it's basically a dessert bakery, and not, it's not a breakfast place. So I'm going to go by there later. But in the meantime, I came to one of my favorite places here, Raft, R-A-F-T. And I'm having one of my favorite things I ever get. It's hash browns with bacon and a poached egg on top, and avocado. It's delicious. I will show you when it arrives. Well, here it is, and doesn't that look delicious? It has hash browns on the bottom, then the avocado, then poached eggs on top. And I got bacon on the side, which really adds to the flavor. It's fabulous. Okay, guys, well, it's 2 days later. My goodness, that was a bad day I had the other day. Getting pulled over by the cops, the place I went was closed, the other place I went was closed. Then I called them, and they were really closed. They said it was an emergency. So I'm gonna try to go back there today, and then maybe the one in Ampong Point too, and then I'm gonna be done. Oh my goodness. And I hope that my microphone problems are over. I'll know when I start editing this. But today, I'm gonna take you to a place called Brown & Sugar. I hope they're back open. And it's in the Oakwood Apartments off Ampong. Now, Brown & Sugar, I think, is mostly an online or order for special events kind of bakery. But they do have a storefront there called the Butteria, something like that. So I'm gonna try to check that out. And from what I could tell online, it said it's build your own dessert. So that sounds sort of interesting. So we'll head on down there now. Let's hope all my microphone problems are behind me. So you can see it's in the lobby of the Oakwood Apartments. And it's right off in the corner. Butteria. I can't wait to try it. Come on in with me. So I'm at Butteria, and it's part of Brown & Sugar. Now, Brown & Sugar is an upscale, special order. I think they do mostly wedding cakes and just big events. But they're located here. Their offices are here. But this is their retail spot in the front. And they have an interesting new concept on top of just having some delicious desserts, too. So it looks like they specialize in macarons. They really look amazing. I've seen a macaron tower they make. And then they have strawberry and banana pudding and burnt cheesecake. All things I like. But then they have something called build your own desserts. And you start with a base like pavlova or choux or croissant pudding. Ooh. Brownies, cookies. And you pick out the base you want, and then you add toppings. There's crumbles and fruit, sprinkles and marshmallows, and then sauces for on top. I think I'm gonna get one. So I ended up just ordering pavlova, even though I had pavlova last night, which I can show you here. I went out to dinner with my friend, and they have the best pavlova. I'll see how this compares. But this is like build your own. But I just got it with the strawberries, so we'll see how it is. So it comes in this festive box, and boy, is it beautiful. Wow, I can't wait to dig into that. So I got it out of the box, and now I'm gonna try it. Well, it's absolutely delicious. Well, that pavlova was great. And I can't wait to try their macarons. I love a good macaron. but they're pretty pricey. That little dessert was $21.50, and that was just with one topping. They don't consider the whipped cream a topping, though, so that comes with the pavlova, so that's great. And speaking of macarons, look at this tower of macaron. Oh my gosh. You should look at their website because it's pretty impressive, and I'm sure they do gorgeous wedding cakes too. So on the way home, I stopped by Ampong Point and swung by the Pistachio Bakery, the one I was telling you about that I think specializes in cakes. And that's pretty much all they have. But I'll show you a couple of pictures here. They look good, and I think they're well priced. You know, bakeries here the prices are all over the place. I think everyone's trying to move more upscale though, which is pretty scary because it can get really pricey. But I hope you enjoyed that little tour of bakeries in and around KL. And I'm really sorry about the technical difficulties I had with my microphone, and I'm still not sure they're fixed. If you're around any of these places, stop in and tell them Taylor sent you. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe, and check the notification bell too. That way you won't miss any of my future content. Also, wow, you guys really stepped it up with the coffees last week. I appreciate that so much. You know, it's really up and down, up and down. I mean, some weeks I get hardly any coffee money, and some weeks I get a lot. But I appreciate every one of them. Thank you so much. Well, that's all I have for today, everybody. I'm almost home, and you know what? It's almost nap time again. So take care, everybody. I hope you have a fabulous week. Talk to you later. Bye.